Hello students, welcome back to RSG Online 2021. As usual, in this video, I am speaking on session 12 of HRM BBA affiliated to Bangalore University, third semester BBA, as you all know that. Students, in this video, I am speaking on importance of human resource planning. Let me recapitulate. In the earlier session, we discussed about the meaning and definition of human resource planning, and in this video I'm speaking on the importance of human resource planning. Yes, let's move on to the learning objectives of this video. It provides the knowledge and the importance, and it also facilitates the information relating to various aspects which helps to understand importance of human resource planning. Exactly. Now let's see here, students. I think in this chart you understand how this human resource planning is so important, because it gives rise to so many other aspects in the process of HRM. In the process of human resource management, we have the very process. First, it begins with recruitment, as you all know that. The recruitment, selection and everything. And then we have the training and other things. It is nothing but the human resource process, the management process. So when we talk about the management process, so in order to make the process meaningful and successful in all respects, definitely we need what is called as human resource planning, because planning is so important here. It is on which everything is depending. See, all these things are giving the arrow mark. See, look at the arrow mark. Look at the arrow mark. It is usually you will see the arrow marks running from here, right? Whereas in this chart, please observe this. The arrow mark, all the arrow marks are showing towards what? Planning. So this shows the importance of human resource planning, because whether it is recruitment or hiring, almost similar, then compensation to the people whom we are recruiting, giving them training, when and how it should be given, and how we are going to evaluate the performances of such people who are recruited or hired, and what all the benefits you are going to get. All those things, everything is defined by what? Human resource planning. Hence is so important in the process. Hence I told you in the previous session that human resource planning, HRP, is the first step of HRM process. Now look at this. This chart will tell you exactly about what are the aspects in which it is important. Let's see. Look at this. Have a look at this. Acquiring the right employee. I told you in the previous session that planning itself is deciding in advance what is to be done for future. You know that. And whenever I plan to do a particular thing, or in order to get the job done, or it could be relating to any target, or it could be relating to any goal when you have set, okay, in order to reach the target or the goals, definitely you must have a plan. Well prepared plan is a must to reach your goal, right? So if that being the case, to get a right employee for the right job, I told you that getting the right person for a right job at the right time is a very basic objective of HRM, right? So if that being the case, definitely the human resource planning must help us to get the right employee to the jobs. It improves the employee's efficiency. Definitely, whenever we get a right people for a right person, right person or a right people or right employee for that particular job, which is meant for, where he can do that, or where he is a person who meant to do that, then definitely the efficiency we can expect. There is a development of personnel. HRP also defines what is called as training. I told you just now in the previous session. See, in the previous one, see, here there is a training. Training is also depending on what? Human resource planning. So we know that. And hence that training is nothing but development. I told you that HRD, human resource development, is very another important thing. After HRM, we need to develop the personnel. HRM looks at getting the right person to the job. But once the person is recruited or hired, the next thing is to make your employees developed. So development of a person is another important aspect of human resource management, right? So for that also the HRP has to give a lot of contribution. It has to look at the inputs, because unless there is a proper planning relating to the training aspects also, it becomes a nuisance in the organization, whereas the other the work may lag, or there can be a losses. The company may incur loss, or the company may find it difficult to reach the goal on time. All these things, the problems that may creep in. So hence, development of personnel is also another important aspect on which HRP should concentrate. And now the next one is increase employee satisfaction. As I told you in the previous one, just see here, it depends on it also gives a lot of inputs to compensation. See here, after training, compensation involves so many things, all monetary facilities, monetary benefits and facilities, or various other increments, the bonus, the increments, all the monetary things, to encourage, to motivate a person to do better, to increase the morale of the organizational persons, the people who are working in the organization. Compensation is a must, that. And that is also depending on what? Human resource planning. So hence, here, we can say this, it increases the employee satisfaction because it concentrates on the compensation. Analyze the future manpower needs. Definitely, it also helps to analyze the various, the vacancies that may be created, that has to be created in future, so that it helps to understand what is a manpower requirement for future. It helps to understand the manpower requirement, the needs. And it controls the employees' turnover, definitely. Because once we plan very well, as I told you, we must have a plan, B plan and all that in the previous session. The same way, even the organizations will also have the people who can be immediately placed or replaced sometimes. So why, if you do it for one particular person, or if one person is taken care like that, immediately there is a message for other employees, so that the other employees will have either by threat or by as per the rules or whatever, as per the environmental that binding, they have to stay back in the organization. Somehow it controls the turnover, it controls the employees turnover that way. The organization has to come out of various strategies. I don't feel it is wrong, because when I take an employee, as I told you in earlier sessions, that you take an employee when he was in a very raw mental status, or in any way, before giving any training, or is a very fresh candidate you have taken to the job, and later you develop him, giving him the all prospective and various other trainings to make him perfectly a fantastic pack, for that particular job. Now he is given all the benefits and everything. Now employee has understood. Employee should also have that morale. At the same time, even if they wanted to shift to other companies or something like that, in that cases, I think the companies have to come out of some strategies where they can control such turnovers. Yeah, that is there. And for that also, the human resource planning is because I think you must be knowing that before recruitment, or at the time of recruitment, they'll take the undertaking that you will not leave the job for 2 years, you will not leave the job for 5 years, depending on that, like this, That HRP has to do that. And the long-term growth is definitely expected. These are the references I have made, students, relating to this. Let's quickly come to the multiple choice questions. HRP helps in controlling employee turnovers. Just now I discussed, is it right? Absolutely right, definitely. See, in the planning itself, the human resource planning, I have to see to it that it's not only getting the people, I should also know how to hold the people in the organization. This is called as retention. I should not allow the people to jump from one organization to another immediately, because after spending so many hours of time thinking about all these things, and even spending a lot of money on this, you don't know, for calling for one particular HR interview, they call most of the time they do it in the star hotels, and for 1 or 2 hours or 3 hours, they spend I think sometimes lakhs of rupees, thousands of rupees, depending on the area or the the hotel you have selected and the affordability of the company, depending on that also. So there, we having spent so much of money and energy and time and all that, no company wanted to leave his employee so soon without giving his best to the organization. So it is very important that in the planning itself, I should know how to control the employee turnovers. Turnovers means they should not shift. They should be within the same company. They have to work. They should not go away like that. Shifting of the company should not happen. So that is what is called as turnovers, and hence actually the human resource planning should take active control measures. So definitely it helps in controlling it. It is absolutely correct. The answer is A. Yes. And let's move on to the next one. Human resource planning aids to, it always worries about, it always facilitates to acquiring right employee, right machine, good employee. No. Right is a right word than good employees. Please understand, it's not right machine, it's none of the above. I have a little clarification I want to give you here. Acquiring right employee and acquiring good employee looks very similar to each other. But I have been telling you right from my earlier sessions in the beginning, from the beginning I've been telling you that it is getting the right person to a right job at the right time. So right actually means the most, it means the most actually than good. Good is only by behavior or by the virtue of behavior. He is good. He may be good. But right refers to, it involves so many other perspectives. Like right means it could be relating to the qualification. It could be relating to the ideologies, the strategies, on how beautifully or excellently the person has cracked his interview. All those things, he is a right person to a right job. So hence it is always the planning aids to acquiring the right employee. It's not good employee. So answer must be A. Yes. And the third question, I have included one more here. HOB always increases the employee satisfaction. Is the statement right? Yes. As human resource planning, just now I told you that it leads to, or it helps to give lot of inputs relating to compensation. Hence it increases the employee satisfaction. Definitely it increases the employee satisfaction. It is right. The answer should be C. Yes. Now quickly coming to the end of this video, students, that is session outcome. And definitely I hope that all of you have understood the importance of planning and the human resource planning here, and how it is important. That is very important. You should understand. Planning is so important, and for any person, for any work or for any goal to reach. Whereas human resource planning is a must, and this importance, you must know that it is a must for any organization to reach its goal on time. So in order to reach the organization goal on time, definitely they should know how important it is to have a well set human resource plan. So, and it is proved that the HRP is very important for the success. That's what, yes, for the success of any organization, definitely the human resource planning is a must, and all the organizations should give their the maximum time first to set right a good plan first, and later they have to concentrate on the execution of the same. And that you should also know, because no plan becomes effective unless it is executed. You know that. So hence it is at the first stage, in the beginning, they have to give importance to the setting of the plan, and later they have to concentrate on execution of the same. Otherwise it becomes again a waste of time. I hope I have come to the end of this video. Hope this video is useful. Please log on to RSG online for further videos, and stay tuned.